Reaper's Candle Tarot, and today we are doing a shorter, specific question career reading. And we're going to be looking at where you guys are currently in your career and what is the future of your career. Limji, one of my subscribers, suggested that I do more shorter, more specific question readings, which I agree with. And I like that idea because it'll allow me to give you guys more specific readings instead of general and vague advice. So I would like to shout out to 3 new subscribers that we do have on this channel: Sharon Higgins, Shireen Matheson, and Jay Burgos02. Thank you for joining the community and supporting me. I would like to mention to all the current subscribers that I do have, if you would like a free personal reading for being one of the first few subscribers, I am offering those out for the rest of the month. So if you contact me by the end of September, then I'll be able to give you that free reading for like any specific question that you guys may have. And if you just want like a general reading, that's also possible, but with a specific topic. So just email me your full name, and if you guys are comfortable, I would prefer a photo of yourselves in a neutral expression to the 4reaperscandle@gmail.com official email, and that'll just help me tune into your energy better, but a full name works as well. Yeah, and so then I'll do the reading and send it back to you through email, through a video format, of course. Yeah. So let's get the reading started. So I like you guys to meditate for a little while, take some deep breaths, or do the 10-minute chakra balancing thing, and decide which pile you feel most drawn to or resonating the most, like you feel at most calm with, and like this is your pile. Okay, and the question would be, where are you right now in your career, and where will you be in the future? And I'll also pull out just a single advice card, just for like a general career advice. Okay, go ahead. Okay, so pile 1, you guys got the Two of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles together for what is currently happening in your career life, and the Three of Cups in reverse is your overall card. So in your overall card, because it's an Cups has to do with emotions and it's in reverse, it almost feels like you may be starting to become more practical, and you're kind of changing your view on the way that you approach work. You guys are learning to, rather than keep on filling your cup with your emotions and your make career choices that are based on your emotions, you're kind of stepping back from that a little bit, and you're learning to balance the practical side and your emotional side. As you can see, she's kind of doing that. She's got the saucer in one hand and the cup on the other one, but she's learning to balance those things instead of just keeping on filling her never-ending cup of tea or emotions. With your actual cards, you got Two of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles together. Now, in the Two of Wands, I feel like she's talking to this skull and kind of explaining to her, like, oh, this is how it is, and it's not really what you think it is, and all that stuff. And you can see that she's kind of delicately holding it. So this could be that you guys are talking to your own shadow selves, or talking yourself through certain flaws that you may have in your personality that don't really let you get forward in career or make important career decisions very easily. And this may be your fears, your hopes, or just obstacles in general that are being created by your emotions and your internal self. And maybe there might be like fear that's causing these emotions to arise, which are causing you now to, because you're learning to balance the practical side of your career with your emotions, you're now learning to deal with these fears that come up and kind of reason your way through them, or persuade them using logic and thinking through them, so that you can make the right decision and not be scared to go forward in the career decision that you want to make. Now, because this came out right next to the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight is Knights are always fast-moving cards, and Pentacles has to do with finances. So you've got Two of Wands, which is balanced decision making, right? And the Knight of Pentacles, which is fast-moving money action. So, and because she's also got a scythe in her hand, it's really like you guys are really cutting out this weak type of immature and fear-based action and decision-making personality, and you're replacing it with someone who's much more tough, much more brusque, and much more determined and calm when she's or he's making her his financial decisions. And because this Knight is a fast-moving energy, I feel like you guys might be doing this very quickly, and you guys are very determined. So again, there's this whole idea of coercing your own self and your own thoughts into going through and following through with the decision that you have made. And I think you guys are making very important career decisions very quickly. Yeah, that's what I see so far. And this Tower is actually bringing me a little bit of like attention to it. That kind of reminds me like a broken sword stuck in a rock, or a tower that's kind of just about to actually fall down. So I think you guys are making a major personality shift and the way that you approach your career, and it's going to cause obviously your personality to change into something more stronger and more determined and developed, and someone that can actually succeed in your career life. But at the same time, because of that, you may be breaking down a lot of things that were a part of your personality, or for the longest time, not necessarily true to your personality, but just a part of them, because you had built a habit of kind of listening to your fears and not really overcoming them or pursuing a career decision because of these internal thoughts that you may have had due to insecurity issues, or maybe listening to others or whatnot. And yeah, so this tower or this sword that's in the background, swords are supposed to represent action in tarot. So these actions and this environment or situation, like a tower represents, are all breaking down, and they're just about to fall. Okay, and then you're going to be moving very quickly towards your career accomplishment. Okay, pile one. So this is what lies in, like, on the path that you guys are currently. What could be the possible future for your career life. Now, your overall card is King of Cups. So that's another Cups, but this time it came out in the upside position instead of the Three of Cups that was in reverse. So overall, I'm definitely getting a feeling that you guys are more in control of your emotions, but you also know how to use them to your advantage. So you're more in tune with what career decision is right for you and which career decision is not right for you. And I feel like, because you can see like his veins are like flowing with gold or something, it almost feels like the money and the career decision that you guys take on or decide to follow through with, you will actually derive a lot of happiness from the money that you guys are earning and the freedom that that gives you, or the job itself is going to be something that satisfies you emotionally. And I think you guys are going to enjoy that a lot, which is why I can see that you guys are a King of Cups. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. And then in case of people who are actually in a job, you guys may be dealing with a lot of different personalities or a lot of strong people in the office. I'm seeing like a lawyer's office or a business office that's a little bit darker marble um, walls, and then obviously like darker ceiling and like a gray carpet, and then you've got like maybe like what do you call them, tinted glass offices, and everyone's running around. This is like a higher level of the building. Maybe on the lower levels, I can't really see any of the lower levels, but it's definitely like an office building, and you guys probably work in like one of the higher offices or like the more um higher positions that would offer you such types of more fancier offices. And you may work for like a conglomerate company or like a worldwide international company or organization. You may also work in the lawyer field. Um, but definitely, you guys have a position where you're dealing with a lot of different emotions and a lot of strong emotions at that. People who get angry quickly, people who get frustrated quickly, people who are always happy and always joking around, but that's like very few and rare in between. And you've learned to kind of adapt and calm those people's emotions down to a neutral level. And you've also learned to get amused by those emotions as well, because I can see that this person is a little bit amused by observing other people. And you're happy that you're able to control your own emotions, which you are, because that's what the King of Cups signifies. In terms of your detailed card, you've got the Emperor in reverse and Temperance. So again, this idea of being very patient and just kind of letting things go on, and this light shining on, and her almost like basking in it, even though it's not hitting her directly. It's almost as if she's like, okay, I'll just let this thing pass, and then we'll see what happens, and then I'll come into action. And then with the Emperor in reverse, I can see that this person is again basking in the light, but it's almost like he's looking towards the moon's reflected light coming out. And it looks very close. It almost looks like it's shining in his face. Whereas compared to this, it's like shining on her throne, right? And what I'm seeing it with the Emperor in reverse, it definitely feels like you guys aren't in a controlling position. You guys are in a position where, again, like I said, you guys are working in a higher position, but you're not in a like management position or anything like that. You guys may be the assistant, or you guys may be maybe a new entry into that type of office level or level of hierarchy. But I mostly see you guys running around the office, talking to different people who work in the office, maybe gathering stuff for other people that work in the office. That's the type of thing I'm seeing. So that could obviously lead to dealing with different people, meeting new people, meeting different clients and such like that. But again, because the Emperor is in reverse, you're definitely not in control of the situation. You just kind of work there. But because you have a lot of patience and you kind of go with the flow, that's what's giving you this control over your own emotions, plus also being amused by other people's emotions and not letting them get to you. And yeah, that's what I'm seeing in the future. Um, excuse me. I just wanted to look at, in terms of jobs, her elbow seems shiny. So again, it's like this very high status or a job position that would look very attractive to other people. Definitely you're working with like a big company. Definitely you guys are working in a position, and maybe even the company itself would be someone that a lot of people would want to work with, or a lot of people know the name, so they know that how big the company is, and that itself gives it status. Yeah, and then again, the shine on the shield. So maybe something to do with like a big law firm, just because of the defensive thing that I'm seeing here. What else? There's a lot of like light in these pictures, and gold and silver. So you could also be working with finances, or you could be working in like a financial lawyer department. So that could be something that's happening there. Or it could be for like one of the banks or something like that, where you have to collect information on the actual records or the way the job goes. I don't know what they do up there, but I'm definitely seeing you gather a lot of like paperwork and then going to deliver it to someone that's a little bit higher up than you that needs it for their job. Yeah. And like I said, the either the job that you guys are doing, it gives you a lot of money, or because you are, or it's a job that deals with a lot of different emotions, which is why you have the King of Cups, and that makes you like happy in your career life. All right, so, and I'm just going to finally pull out your advice card for your career, and then I'll move on to pile 2. So the advice card that you guys got is the Emperor. So whereas the before one, it came out in reverse, this one also did, but I'm taking it upside because that's how I feel, so. And in this case, basically the advice for you is to stay protected, because even though this light is shining down, and moon usually has to do with emotions and patience, and this reflection of the light coming from the moon, it's almost as if other people are, like I said, you're going to have to deal with a lot of people that have a lot of different emotions, and most of them are negative, high strong emotions like frustration or anger, or even depression now I'm seeing. But they are trying to, because they're like so intense on these emotions, whenever they come talk to you, you can really feel that intensity. That's why it was amusing for you, because their emotions are played out in their actions and their behavior and their way they talk and present themselves. And it's almost funny to you because it's like you're in control of your own emotions, and you don't act silly because of your emotions or let your emotions show in such a intense way. So that's why it's amusing for you. And in this case, you can see that they're reflecting their emotions out towards you, but you've turned your back towards them. So you can see the emotions, right? But you're not letting it touch you. You're not letting it affect you in any way. Which is also another reason why you are the King of Cups, because you know how to protect your own self from those strong emotions around you. You know how to control emotions and adapt to the emotions that are around you, and that's also why you find things amusing. Then with this defensive shield and this almost ready to go sword, but not quite, and it's in the dark, you can tell that you're on a very defensive mode and a very protective mode. So that's the only advice that would be for you, is to maintain a happy career, and a career where you are not only satisfied and happy, but also it's not your own emotions and your own self are protected from everything that's going on around you. You have to be in a very defensive, not a defensive, but in a protective mode. So obviously you should be aware of everything that's going around you, but don't let those emotions affect you. You know, just observe and then pass on. Just like the Temperance card's suggesting in the future, to have patience, right? And that's going to help you a lot in your career, because if you see in the middle of the shield, it almost looks like there's a gold coin there. So this protectiveness actually helps you make money, and the money that you make is going to add to the protection that you have as a person working in such a hectic field. Alright, pile 1, I hope you guys enjoyed your reading, and if you guys have any other specific questions or ideas for future videos, please do leave them in the comment box below. If the reading resonated with you, please do either leave a comment in the comment box below, subscribe if you want to see more of these readings that resonate with you, or you could hit the like button. I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed, and happy week. Alright, welcome pile 2 to your reading, and you guys chose the Mystical Manga Tarot. So the first question that we're asking is, what is currently happening in your career life? So you got the Page of Wands for your overall card, and just a single, the Tower in reverse for your detail card. So overall, what's happening in your career life? I'm focusing on this Page of Wands facial expression, and almost looks like very disappointed and very tired and bored with their life. So it seems like your career life is not satisfying you in some way. And because wands has to do with internal like thinking and thought decisions rather than practical and active decisions, it almost seems like you may be on the beginning of making a decision to do something about in your career life. Now, it could be a career change because this person seems like he's looking towards the future. So it could be a career change. It could be you're just contemplating the future and what would make you more happiest in the future in the long term. What would give you the most satisfaction and contentment in terms of career and life. And I'm thinking you're definitely contemplating what do you want in the future for your lifestyle and your life, the way that you live and the quality of your life that you have. And you want a job that you're thinking what job can help me acquire that. And then would I really have to continue that job after I've accomplished that lifestyle? Do I really want to work for the rest of my life at this job, or do I want to work at another job for a little while so I can acquire that lifestyle that I want? You may also be considering maybe studying abroad or maybe even moving abroad to work there. I'm seeing more hotter places, but definitely big cities because of these pyramids over here. Definitely big cities. You may be considering to go back to school to study some sort of history or some sort of archaeological degree or geological, something to do with social studies. I'm seeing history and geology, maybe in sociology, but yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing overall. In terms of the tower, the tower came out in reverse. So it's almost like you may be moving towards a tower moment. You may be moving towards a major decision in terms of your career life that you have to make. And that career decision is going to be a very big shock to everyone around you. They would have thought that you were happy in the job and it was giving you everything that you wanted. And you're very social at your job, so you have like a lot of network and connections and like friends from your workplace and a lot of coworkers that you get along with and talk to on a daily basis. But after making this decision to kind of leave the job, that's what I'm feeling mostly, to leave the job and maybe go back for studying or to travel abroad and look for another place to live, maybe that reminds you more that you actually want to live in. It's going to be a very big, shocking thing for them. They would have assumed that you were happy in the life that you had and that's what you always wanted and that's what you had and you were like living this perfect little lifestyle, perfect career, perfect life, everything. But on the inside, you were definitely not like that. So I'm really focusing on this right here. So it's definitely going to be a big, huge shock. And we've got the Lovers falling out, but these are the Lovers from the Devil card, which are usually chained up together. So are they the Lovers? No, it's two females, right? Yeah, so these are two females, but they kind of still look like the Lovers, but they're chained up just like they would be in the Devil card. So definitely I think there was this sense of relief of being unstuck. And again, there's this opportunity of approaching. I'm definitely getting a lot of studying vibes. So you guys might be actually going back to school to study something or maybe pursue a master's or going to study in a different country, like a very prestigious or large and renowned school. And because there are two females here, the female that you're reaching out towards, right? and looking up to is the vibe of the school. So this very elegant, very not traditional or conservative, but very prestigious and older school that has lasted up until the modern era and is continuing to expand and progress and build and adapt and update itself. So it's a very good school, very prestigious school, very elegant school, and you may be going to study, again, like I said, history or geology, something like that, something that you've always wanted to study but never did end up doing, because your life played out so easily and smoothly into the career that you have right now. And I almost feel like you guys may actually be teachers or daycare providers, something to do with a field where you have to really use your nurturing abilities, your patience, your ability to kind of hide your emotions and put on this facade of happiness and positivity a lot of the time. Yeah, that's the type of vibe that I'm getting here. And then with this feminine figure that you're kind of looking up to, and this displays that the school is prestigious and stuff, but I'm saying schooling more than a change of career because females and the feminine energy represents reflection in tarot. So reflection always has to do with knowledge and wisdom and really being patient about things and studying them and observing and things like that. So that's why I'm leaning more towards the school side. With the trees in the background, it's also giving me, again, the idea of growth and idea of planting wisdom. So it's, again, the idea of school. And because this building in the background that's breaking is quite old, that's giving me the vibe that it might be an old school. It might be a very prestigious school. Yeah. All right, so the next question that we are asking is what is going to happen in the future of your career life? So your overall card is the Queen of Cups, and then you've got the detail card, which is the Eight of Cups. Yes. And then you've got the Hangman in reverse and the Five of Coins or Pentacles in reverse together. So just from the Hangman, I'm seeing that you guys are going to feel free. But because the Five of Coins and Pentacles is in reverse, instead of money coming in and kind of feeling like, oh, your hopes and dreams are coming true and stuff, I feel like you guys may have a goal or idea in your life or you're in your thoughts and in your mind, and you guys are going to pursue that, but to pursue that, you would have to spend some money. It's not a lot of money, just a little bit, like maybe $1,000 or $2,000. Or whatever currency you use, but it's 1,000 or 2,000 in that currency. Because I'm seeing pounds over here as well. But definitely, and you are thinking a lot about that money because this is kind of like your head and your face is faced towards these glowing coins. But the vibe that I'm getting from this is less of desperation and hoping for money, and it's more like looking towards it in terms of future hopes or expectations. Like, okay, so this is where I want to be, and just patiently waiting it out. Hopefully I will get there because these are the steps I'm going to take. And with the hangman usually means like you're stuck in place, but because it came out in reverse, and because its eyes are closed, it kind of matches this vibe that this card is giving, where it's like you can't really see the face completely or the inside expression of it. It's very neutral. You can definitely see that this person is definitely not fazed by whatever decision is being made, and they're really letting the flow, like their instinct, really guide them and let them direct them on the proper flow or pathway to take. And again, this idea of like the sun in the background and with the eyes closed, it almost gives me a vibe that they're very thoughtful about the decision that they're making, and they've thought everything through, and they're very thinking what are the next steps before they make any. But obviously, once they've thought what's the next step and all the details, they follow through with it. They're also, again, thinking what's going to enlighten me or what's going to give me wisdom and what's going to make me the most happiest. you know? So there's that definitely vibe happening in the future of your career life. So you're going to have to spend a little bit of money to acquire certain goals or wisdom or knowledge that you have. And then you've got Eight of Cups. So again, there's this idea of a female. And again, with the closed eyes and the clasped hands almost in prayer mode. And the moon, which is again reflections and hopes and dreams. So, and then this person is turned back away from us again, looking towards this female and this prayers and the reflection. So definitely your cups are full. As you can see with this Eight of Cups, you've got a good life, but you're leaving that all behind to go towards what you actually feel will make you happy. So even though you have all this abundance and things that would usually make people happy, and it might still make, these things may still make you happy, but in terms of your career and the lifestyle that you actually want, the one that you hope for, the one that you dream of, and the one that you're instinctually drawn to, you have to leave all these happiness or like cups behind, cups of things and like emotions, and basically your entire life, you have to leave it behind to move forward towards this actual lifestyle that you want. And that's why the tower moment was showing up, is because you guys are moving towards that tower moment. And you guys are about to make a major decision where you will end up leaving the job that you have to pursue something in terms of like a scholarly field. And then with your overall Queen of Cups, Cups is again to do with emotions. And Queen of Cups, it looks like she's holding it, this little bird ball thing, whatever that is. It kind of looks like, what do you call it? The Harry Potter thing that flies around. I forget what it's called, but a sniffle or something like that. But anyways, it kind of looks like a bigger version of that. And she's barely touching it. It's just hovering. So it's almost like you have these emotions and you have certain things that make you happy, right? But you haven't quite reached them there yet. But you know what makes you happy. You know what you want to grab onto. And it's going to be very close in the future when you decide to, go through with this decision. And it's going to help you basically be more in control of what makes you happy. Whereas the King of Cups is more to do with controlling your emotions and being able to not be affected by other people's emotions. I feel like the Queen of Cups is another control of emotions card, but the way that she controls it is more like she knows what makes her happy and she knows how to get there. Okay? Then finally, we've got just with the blue and the wavy hair. Definitely I'm getting a feeling that you guys are, the thoughts that you guys are having and the emotions that you guys are having is what is kind of leading you down to the career that you guys are going to pick, or the field that you guys are going to pick. You want something that really studies, it's a very scholarly field, like an academic field, but at the same time, I think it's a very expressive field as well. So it could be definitely, it's something to do with social studies. It could be something to do with art research or art history. It could be something to do with geology. I'm seeing art history come out, especially because of the blue colors. Blue usually is to do with creativity and expression. And then you've also got some yellow and gold and orange and red in here. So that happens to do with, again, confidence and positivity and groundedness. So there's definitely a mixture of fact mixed with creativity. So the only thing that I can think of, like fields wise, would be history, geology, so social studies, or like art history is really coming out to me. So it might be you guys are going back to study art history or maybe architecture, something like that. All right. And now I'll just pull out an advice card for you guys and then we'll be done. All right, so you guys have the advice card, Ace of Coins. So Ace of Coins, excuse me. The advice for pile two's career life. I think the advice for your career life is to just focus on the abundance that you want. To know that what types of things you want to buy and what types of things you want to eat and acquire or accumulate and gather. Based on that, you need to decide where you want to go study or work. I'm seeing more studying, so I'm just going to keep on using that, but apply it however it resonates to you guys. So where you want to live, where you want to study, where you want to work, that's how you're going to decide by making a list or even just thinking about the general ideas of what you want to acquire in terms of property and wealth and assets and things like that. What do you want to actually eat, like in terms of food and restaurants and all that types of stuff? What do you want, even like activity wise, what you would be interested in? And then what types of things make you happy? In terms of like actual objects. So if, like, for example, if exercise makes you happy, maybe you would like to move to San Francisco. I don't know, because there's like, I don't know, maybe surfing and all that stuff, like surfing, skateboarding, all that stuff is there, and bicycling, things like that. So based on what you are actually like, what are your physical hobbies? Like, what do you like to maybe collect figurines or something like that? So then you move to the places that would offer you more opportunities to do that and meet with people who actually are interested in those types of things. And again, with the eyes closed, definitely there's a whole element in your reading of imagining the lifestyle and the ideas that you want to make happen. And that's how your career life is actually going to move forward. Ace means the beginning, and coins is finances or career or money and wealth. So it's the beginning of your wealth accumulation or your career that actually is meant for you, your life purpose. So your advice is just to think about what you actually want in terms of what you want to eat specifically, where you want to go, what types of people you want to hang out with, what types of things you want to collect. I'm not seeing so much of in terms of activities and stuff, but definitely with food and hobbies and collections, things like that, definitely I'm seeing. So yeah, think about those things, and then whichever place in the world kind of draws you to that, offers you those types of things, then you go towards that area to work or to study in or to live in. Okay? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed your reading pile 2, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, healthy, and blessed week. Okay, welcome pile 3 to your reading. You guys picked the Children of Letha Tarot, and this is your reading. So you guys have the 8 of Cups in your overall card, the High Priestess, and the Page of Swords together. So overall, I'm seeing that you guys are kind of walking away from your emotions, and walking towards, I don't know if you guys are walking towards your real dreams rather than like, that ideal, okay, this is what makes me happy, this is a job that would make me happy, this ideal job. Rather than that, you're walking towards the things that you want to accomplish and the dreams that you want to make come true. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Some of you may be actually leaving your dream job behind, or your dreams in the back with your emotions, and just kind of going off to explore, because I feel like this jellyfish is just kind of going off on its own to explore the universe, and to learn more things and learn more, maybe even details about your job that you have right now. But definitely you guys are going off to explore, or you guys are going after your dreams and the things that you want to accomplish in life, instead of the things or actions that make you happy in terms of your career. With the Page of Swords and the High Priestess right next to each other, again, this action, this beginning of taking action And the High Priestess is supposed to be a very reflective and balanced reflection. So she's not just thinking, she's also going to be taking action. But she's thinking what's right and wrong, how to balance certain decisions and actions. And definitely that's happening. I feel like with her caressing these tentacles type thing, it's almost like you guys are embracing your fears or embracing the challenges that come ahead towards you, and you are enjoying them and you are loving them. You may even be going out to look for these challenges or these beastly accomplishments to kind of overcome, to develop yourself as someone who's more powerful and more strong, internally and externally in the eyes of others. With the Page of Swords being right next to it, this overcoming energy is played out with your Page of Swords. So it's the journey or the beginning of a journey towards being more active in terms of your career life. So definitely you guys are, again, this person looks like he's really analyzing the flower that he's picking. And then there's all these birds around him and he's very happy in the environment that he's at. Even his fingers almost seem like they should have a quill in them to write things down, and his pants kind of look like papyrus. So definitely this whole idea that you guys are learning to be more observant and more focused on the details of your job life rather than just what makes you happy, rather than approaching your career in terms of, okay, this makes me happy, so this is what I'm going to do. You guys are approaching it more in terms of a challenge mode or game mode way, where, okay, this is something that's challenging, I'm going to do that. Or this is this type of stuff that I want to accomplish in my life in terms of my career, so I'm going to go and do that no matter how scary or challenging it seems. And I'm going to learn more things about the job that I have right now. Either if it's my dream job, I'm going to learn more details and become more specialized in a specific field. Maybe go to study further, like for a master's or a PhD. I'm seeing more of a PhD, but it could be a master's. Master's is also showing up. Or if it's someone who is walking away from everything and just going off to explore the world, it's more of you guys are learning more about the world and learning to explore different careers maybe, or look at the different aspects of the career that you guys have or the things that you guys want to do. So you're learning a lot about everything, or learning a lot about one specific subject. Depends on which group you fall into. Okay? But definitely both groups are accepting challenges, and they're actually putting themselves in the way of challenges and working around them very patiently, slowly, and smoothly, but surely enough, working around them. And they're kind of leaving this ordered universe or world behind them and walking into this chaotic kind of naturalistic world. Again, with the whole exploring the universe. Okay, so pile 3, I asked the question, this is for the question, what is the future of your career life? And we can see you guys got the overall card of 8 of Cups again. So this is still giving me a vibe of kind of going off into the world. But this time, rather than for exploring, it's kind of going off into the world to be your own, to own yourself, and to kind of become more grounded in your personality and your thoughts, and become more firm and strong in your values and your beliefs. So, and I'm also definitely focusing on these 8 of Cups again. It's almost like your emotions have become more clear, and you know exactly what you like, what you want to do, and at the same